Hello, party people! Hello! Hi, it's Randee for Thunderhorse Descendant, and I am here on Jesse James Beads today. My little bow is being funny. I thought I would get on just a little smidge early, give everybody a chance to get logged up. So when you pop on, make sure you say hello, leave me a comment, do some likes or some something so I know you're here. You guys, it's Friday. We made it. Hi! I see people are logging up. I see Sandy and Stacia. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, ladies. Yay! I'm so happy that it's Friday. A lot of stuff going on. I'm really excited about this project because, you guys, it's easy. It's easy. I know because I'm not a wire wrapping person. So if I can do it, I have faith that's gonna be okay. Hi! Hi, Angie. Hi, Colleen. Hello, everybody. Hi, Cynthia. I see the comments are flying by. Woo! Oh, yeah, and the Lakesies. Love it. Love to see it. Hi, Gina. Alright, y'all, so here is the goings on. We are going to be making a spiral wire wrapped bracelet today. You probably saw the photo. It looks like this. We're even going to make a hook. Yeah, so here's just the little bracelet. It's very simple, but it's very cute. And they're actually kind of fun to make once you get in the rocking and rolling, you know. Hi! Oh, thank you for sending stars, Colleen. I appreciate you. Yay. Hi. Okay, so if you are new here and you are not familiar with me, my name is Randee. I am the sole proprietor of Thunderhorse Descendant, and I work in correlation with Jesse James Beads, utilizing their spectacular beads. Today we are using champagne from the Color Trends. The Color Trends that have been coming out. I don't know if you guys have been seeing all those, but they're quite smashing. Hi, Trudy. Hi, Elaine. Hello. Yay. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into the project. Know about my little headband. I'm gonna get it together. Okay. On Friday. So here's what you're gonna need for this project before we just jump right into it. We are going to be talking about the champagne color trends. So all the stuff that I'm talking about, you don't need much for this project, and it all can be found on Jesse James Beads. So we have Color Trends in Champagne. We have Artistic Wire from Nylon in 18 gauge. I'm using the silver. Ooh, my nose itched. And you need 2 ball head pins and 2 earring wires, because we're also going to make earrings. And your regular tools. Oh, you also need to have some kind of like hammer and block situation. And y'all, I left mine over there. I gotta get it. Sorry. Hammer. So this is a nylon hammer. Honestly, again, I premise I'm not a wire worker, but we're not going to be doing much hammering. We're just going to be work hardening our little figure 8s, which is what holds your bracelet together. I'm pretty positive you could do that with like anything, but that's just me. I have a little block right here. These things can also be found on Jesse James. No problems. Let's get on down to the mat, shall we? There's going to be a little bit of turbulence here, so just hold on. I got to get you in the claw. If you've been following along with Tripod Saga, I got a new tripod. It's not this one, because I didn't think that would probably be a great idea, just coming out of the gate on someone else's channel with the new tripod. Maybe we'll try it tonight on Thunderhorse Descendant. Hello, Nancy. Hi, Catherine. Okay, so I'm just going to raise you up a little smidge, and I'm trying to stay, excuse me, out of the comments area, so I might have to move this up a little bit, actually. Beep, beep. There. We good? Thumbs up for goodness? Okay, so I already opened my beads up, but we are going to look at them. I need a little drink of water here. We are going to look at them. And they are, the rest of the package is in here. Okie doke. So, again, Color Trends, Champagne. Hi! Oh, good. Thumbs up. We're good. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So this is the rest of the package, you guys. It's pretty good. So when I say the rest, this right here, these 3, 4, and these 2 cage beads were in there, along with the beads that are on these earrings, including the flowers. Okay, so that was all in there. I got some of this extra stuff because I was practicing, and I didn't want to use up like all the new beads with my practicing, because let me tell you about this wire working business. Yeah, so I was pretty impressed with this little package. I really liked it a lot. It's pretty neutral, so these are kind of weird, which I really like. So they're kind of like an oddly shaped, mostly glass and crystal, pretty much. I take that back. All glass and crystal beads, minus the little rondelles and cage beads and things like that. These ones are etched, which I thought was really fun, but I kind of liked these ones for the bracelet because they're all same size, you know? So I was like, Anyways, so I do have enough to make this pattern right here again. So we're going to just get those right on out of here. So since I've already used my cage beads, I'm going to be substituting these 2 gunmetal color. I considered using gunmetal colored wire, but I was like, it's whatever. So yeah, I really like this pack. I thought it was pretty good quality. So I'm just going to get these up out of the way. Back into the little jar. If you don't have a triangle in your life, please get one. They're 50 cents. I'm refreshing comments. You guys, if I don't see your comment, I say this every time. If I don't see your comment, it's because Facebook doesn't like me. And it doesn't let me do a whole lot of comments. Like I only get to see certain ones. I don't know why. And then I can't go back and look at them while I'm live. So I don't, I got nothing for that. But we're just going to continue on because it's Friday. Hello, Karen. Okay. So these are just the beads we're going to be using. Just these ones, just 4 little beads and 2 cage beads. That is all. And this is the wire. It's artistic wire, 18 gauge Beadalon, can be found on Jesse James Beads. So we are also going to be making this little hook today. So I saw something similar to this hook. Oh, you guys, this is the first time I ever made my own hooks. If you've been following along with us on YouTube, we're doing a missing link series where we're starting to do wire wrapping techniques, which is a really cool series if you want to get in on that. But this is the one that I kind of modified it because I really liked the spiral. So anyhow, the techniques we're going to be doing today is just the figure 8 and then doing spirals on the beads. Spirals are pretty easy. But before we start the bracelet, we're going to start out with something really simple, the earrings, so that we can get used to this whole business of doing the spirals. Okay, so here is the earring. Super cute. It's just a ball head pin, a 3-inch ball head pin. And we're just going to make a little spiral on it and make it into an earring. Super easy. Let's get to it. So I'm going to be substituting these flowers because I don't have any of these color left. Obviously, I used them. Didn't want to tear them apart. Didn't seem fair to the flowers. So I'm just going to use these. Now, these do have a gold topper on, but this is just for demonstration purposes anyway. So here we go. You're going to need 2 ball head pins for the earrings. And I'm going to use this little, what do they call this? Mandrel. These can be found on Jesse James as well. You could also just use like a Bic pen. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ball side and I'm going to go down to the second one. And I'm just going to kind of wrap this around here. It kind of slides a little bit. So you do want to do like 90 degrees. So it's wrapping all the way around so it can just grab a hold of that round. And it's going to come out. It's going to unfold. That's the purpose of it. It's fine. It's just got to make a little loop-de-loo like that. Now I am going to do both of them just because I find that my wraps are more even when I do both at the same time, like, you know, consecutively. So that one will straighten out just a smidge. Okay. So these are ball head pins that I'm using. They are 3 inches. And after you have your little loop going, all you got to do... Oh, we forgot the earring beads. Where'd I put them? Gotta get our earring beads out of here. So I used 2. There should be 4 in here. Oh. You guys, why am I always feeling like I'm short a bead? Okay, well, I'll show you this one, I guess. I could make them with the sparkle beads. Wonder how that looks. Meh. I'll just make this one. I'm sure if I really looked, I could find one of these little guys rolling around. But it's got a weird kind of one-sided AB finish on it. So anyhow, here we go. So you're just going to put on your bead, put on your flower, put on your other bead. Make yourself a little flower sandwich like so. And then we're going to do spiral at the top. So what you need for the spiral is you need your round nose and you need a nylon jaw plier. If you don't have a nylon jaw plier and you just have the chain nose plier, that's okay too. If that's what you're working with, you can still make it. The purpose of the nylon jaw plier, as they tell me, because I just recently got one, because you know I'm not a wire worker, is that it's so you don't mar up your wire and make marks in your wire, which causes your design to be, you know, whatever. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so now when I start to make my spiral on the top, I'm going to go the opposite direction of my little hook down here. Okay, so I want to start with my round nose, get a hold of the top of this, and I'm just going to make a simple loop. So you just get a hold of the tippy tip of the top and you're just going to roll away from yourself until you get a simple loop. Like so. Once you have your simple loop, you are going to switch to the nylon jaw plier. And you're going to grab a hold of this simple loop. You can grab a hold of kind of the side of it, not the whole thing. So this is what they tell me about spiral making. When you do the spiral, you don't move the plier, you move the wire. So you're going to move the wire with your thumb a little bit at a time. Like super little bit at a time to get that nice spiral. So I'm opening the plier when I'm moving it around and letting it spin so that I can continue on with my nice spiral. So this wire is a little harder than say the artistic wire that we're going to work with. That one's a little more malleable, I would say. So you just go down as far as you want, as far as you feel comfortable, because, you know, no rules beating. Do what you want. So I think that looks good. And then you guys, it's super simple. After you got it all straightened out there, I kind of take this nylon jaw and I just kind of hit everything a little bit. And you could take your block too and do a little hammering on here, on this, just to give it a little work hardened if you want. And then all you do is you just put an earring wire in there and call it a day. And you just say, oh, easy peasy Friday. Easy peasy Friday. Just stick it right in the middle there. Earring working. So that's how you do that. But I think it's super awesome because if you have, if you're like me and you have a whole jar of tassels you've been waiting to use, this is a good way to do it. Super cute. So there's the earring. Now, I don't have my other beads, so I'm not going to make the other side, but you guys get the idea. Happy Friday, everybody! Who's ready for a long weekend? Me, but I am going to take Monday off. Okay. So, like I said, this is pretty dang easy once you get the hang of the spiral making, okay? So we're going to move on to the bracelet. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make 7 figure 8s. See these figure 8s here? Mine are probably not perfect figure 8s because, like I said, I'm pretty new to the wire working, but I figured it out. So we're going to make 7 of those, okay? So I'm just going to get a little bit of this artistic wire, 18 gauge now. And how I've been doing this is I just take my nylon jaw and just kind of straighten everything out here. It also kind of hardens it up with just a smidgy. And then I'm going to go in here with my round nose, go all the way to the end, to the largest part. Okay, and I'm just going to fold the top over. Spin, and I'm going to go 90 degrees. So just like you're making a simple loop or a wire wrapped loop with the start of a wire wrapped loop. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to flush cut even on the inside of the loop. This looks like a P on the inside of the P. I'm going to flush cut with the other wire. Hello from New Jersey. Hi, New Jersey. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of straighten that out. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to leave like a millimeter of space, not much space. Go all the way to the end. I'm going to go the opposite way of how this loop is. Opposite way. Do the same situation. Just like that. And I find that if you kind of need to straighten things out a little bit, you gotta do that. Take it out of there. And it looks a little funny right now, but don't worry, because I'm going to go in and flush cut it. And get it straightened out here. So it lines up like an 8. Now, I will also say, when you go to do the little hammering, it's going to make it look like an 8 even more. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's what we're looking for. Hello, everybody. San Lucas. Oh, hello. So we got to make 7 of these. Why do we need to make 7? Because this is what holds our bracelet together. So I'm just going to make 7, and then I'm going to hammer them. So if you didn't get it the first time, we're going again. Okay. So this is still the same little piece of wire I was using. I go to the end. And if you wanted to make yours smaller, you could. Because I'm newer to this, I found that having the bigger loop is a little easier for me to work with. I probably should have left myself a little more tail on that side, but whatevs. Okay. Oh, we gotta cut it. And squish it down. Flip it over. And go around that way. Mm-hmm. So, give that a cut. Kind of make sure everything is in line here. Alrighty. So now I am going to make the others 5, I think it is. And I'm just going to do it kind of fast because, you know, we got things to do. What I did find out about this process is that it's not really a fast process. Like a lot of these things with this wire working is not a fast process at all. You got to have patience to get everything all kind of lined up and worked out and all that. So I am learning because I am very much an instant gratification girl. But once I got all these done and I got it, you know, working how I thought it should, it was actually pretty easy for me to make the second one, which I thought was pretty fun, that yellow one I made. I think also this would be a good project maybe if you had like some beads, like only a few beads left, or you have like some bead soup you want to use. That'd be cute too. I don't know if my comments are frozen or what's happening. Maybe nobody's talking to me. Okay, that's 3. Oh, there they go. Hello. Hello, everybody. So I've been trying to build up new skills. It's one of the things that we've been working on. And I think it's been going pretty good. I haven't really had a whole lot of time, so I'm kind of excited for this long weekend so I can maybe, you know, work on a few things and see what I can come up with. Four. Also, I have the house to myself this weekend. Everyone is gone doing things. I can just sit down here and I can bead. I got some animals to deal with, but other than that, I'm pretty good. I can just sit down here and I can bead and just enjoy myself and watch my shows on Hulu. It's going to be good times, let me tell you what. Ooh, now I feel like that one got a little misshapen. I feel. Everybody likes that. Just sitting here working on my design book. Oh, good, Rosanna. Oh, yeah. So Rosanna, who is in the Jesse James Secret Stash, she is also a Thunderhorse Descendant, was kind enough to make us how to make this eye hook kind of situation when I very first started the Missing Link series on YouTube. And without that video, I would not have even been inspired to go forth because I was just so intimidated by this. But you know what? I was like, Rosanna said, you could do it. She said, you could do it. I was like, you know what? I can do it. And I'll show you. I got, I think I got 3 sitting here, 3 little hooks that I made today that were not great. But you know. But I'm still trying it. I'm still trying to get this little wire stuff going on. Okay, I got 5. Yeah, so I'm excited to just sit here, just do my beads and listen to my audio books and bead and watch my shows, and that's it. Nothing else. That's the extent of the plan. Oh. And I can't even go anywhere. I can't even get called out to go anywhere because my significant other took our car. We have only one car. So he took our car, so I can't get called out to be going to do things either. So that's great. Because I got no wheels. I think you're doing an awesome job. Well, thank you so much. If you have any tips, I love tips. You can put them in the comment. I seen someone posted, I don't remember who it was, I think it was Mary. She said, she was telling about how she very first started doing beading. And I thought that was really cool story, really interesting. She said she started using with fishing line, and she was talking about how she didn't know about certain tools and stuff, like when she very first started. And I started thinking about that, and I was like, yeah. Roseanne says, yes, you can do it. Nobody's perfect every time. Oh, the clippers. Well, let me tell you about the clippers. So I'll show you right here. This is the last one we got to do on the figure eights. So this is what one time, okay. So it wasn't, I don't think it was on the top one. I think it was on the bottom one. So I went to clip and I clipped my loop and cut it off. I was like, what? What is that about? Yeah. So don't do that. Hi, Debbie. Hello, everybody. Well, I am late to the party, but I am here and I am wearing a party dress. Wonderful, Mary. We'd love to hear it. See, look here. This is where I was like going to come in and clip this, and I clipped this bottom loop off before. And I was like, oh. Oh, that's a thing that's happening. So don't do that. Don't do that. Do not recommend. Okay, so we got 7 figure eights. Now we'll get the hammer. Get the hammer! So this might be kind of loud. So FYI, turn your volume down maybe. Sometimes it's loud and sometimes it's not. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this on my block, and I'm just going to hit it with my nylon jaw hammer to work hard in it. I'll flip it over. Do the same thing on the other side. You don't want to hit it too much because you don't want it to be flat. I just want to make sure that it's going to get a little bit of work hardened. It's hammer time. I know. I do love a hammer. I love that. That's whenever a hammer can be used. Yes, I am in. I made a little heart on my bench block on accident, and someone told me not to hammer on that now because then it'll get into my metal. So I try to. That's why I'm like way over here in the corner. I've been learning things. Probably won't be the last time you clip the wrong wire. Oh no! Oh, I don't know where it went, you guys. We need that. Where did it go? Oh, I don't know where it went. Let's just make another one. It went over there on the floor somewhere. So, don't be throwing your wire across the room. Step 2. Okay. We'll just make another one. It's fine. No worries. We need the practice anyway. The way it goes. Yeah, clip the wrong wire. throw your stuff across the room. I'd say we're right on time. That's kind of a thing I do. Mr. Bunsen will find it. He will find it. Where is he? He got my earring out from under the printer the other day, so I told him he's okay. He's a good beading cat. Sometimes he's not always a good beading cat, but he was that day because he went under there and got it for me. It's a wild and crazy party. Yeah, good thing you wore your party dress, Mary. We're just throwing things over here, cutting the wrong wires. Okay, let's try that again. With even pressure. I'm not in love with this one. But it'll be fine. You do know you're making simple loops, right? Yes, Rosanna. I said make a simple loop. But it's different because it's not just have to be by itself. But I see what you're doing here. I can't make simple loops when I have to make them. All right, now's the fun part. This is the fun part. Okay, so now that we have these little guys, the like stability of our piece all correctly done up, hammered out and all that, now we are going to wind up our beads. So to wind up the beads is really easy. You just make a spiral, put the bead on, make another spiral. Super easy. Now, I've been making my spirals pretty large. Like, that's a little bit much. You'll probably need about, what is this? I would guess this is probably like 7 inches of wire. I used to have a railroad tie for an anvil. Oh, I have a little tiny little anvil. I don't know where it went. I got it when I was trying to make rings. It works pretty good for rings because then you can put it on the pointy part and you can hammer it. Because you know I like to hammer things. Okay, so again, going with my wire. Easy peasy. Here we go. Put this on there. Actually, let's not put it on there yet. Let's talk about this spiral situation. Spiral situation. Here we go. So we're going to grab a hold of the wire. And we're going to make a little loop. Just like that. Then we're going to let go. We're going to cut back in just like we did with the earrings. And we're going to hold it. Sometimes you got to hold the whole thing to get going. And we're going to move the wire, not the plier. Like I said, if you don't have a nylon jaw plier for this, that's okay. You can just use the regular kind. You might mark it up a little bit, but if you want to learn how to do it, then it's fine. So you can make your spiral as big as you want. I've been just kind of making until I feel like it's got 2 wraps on it. I feel like that's pretty good. It's 18 gauge artistic wire. Yes, correct. So now you put your bead on and you do the same thing on the other side. And I got a lot of excess wire here. So what I've been doing is I've been doing 2 fingers from the bead and then cutting it. And here's the thing, which I like about this. If you get it too much on one side, it's fine because you can maneuver this. So now we're going to go to this side and we're going to go the opposite direction of this one. I feel like something is weird. It's probably me. Okay. And then I just keep going like this, and little bit at a time, little bit. If If you try to do too much, it's going to get weird. And we don't want it to be weird. And you just keep going. Now let's say you got all excited on this side and you had way too much on one side. You would just unroll this other side a little bit and move it down and then roll the other one up a little bit, you see? And that's all you do. And this is the little fun part. So we get to do 4 of these. We'll add our cage beads. Yes, I am using 18 gauge artistic wire. Ba-doop. I save these little pieces if you get excessive like me and you're like, oh, I have it. You can make little 8s out of those little pieces. I would rather have more than not enough, because then that's not fun. Looking good. Okay, here we go again. So I made these all kind of like with the same beads, and I think it looks really nice. I haven't made one with different, you know, like your bead soup beads, or maybe got some special beads, or maybe some that are not round. I would like to do that. I think it would look nice. Oh, brown one. Yeah, so see, I'm a little excessive, but it's fine. And then we go the opposite way. Yes, this is the part that was teaching me to be patient. I was like, just wanted to get it all on there and just go for it. But they said, nope, you're just gonna screw it up. I was like, oh. So I can tell on this side, I feel like it's not going to be the same length because I got a little wild with my wire. Well, maybe it's not too bad. Maybe I'm getting better at this eyeballing it situation. Oh, let's be. It's looking pretty good. Making spirals is meditative. I do feel like it's just like, you know how sometimes when you do like wire wrap drops or something, when you have a whole bunch of those to do, sometimes I can be like, ooh, you know, like, make all these wire wrap drops or whatever. These ones are not like that. These ones are fun, but maybe it's just because they're new to me and I'm not used to making them. So it's like, oh, whatever, we'll make a whole bunch of these. It's fine. Okay, so we got 2 more left. Sorry I am late. You're never late to a Thunderhorse Descendant doings. You're here, and that's what's important. And we hope you wore your party dress. I just got here too. Hi, Roberta. Hey, Marina's here. Hello. I feel like maybe I should have went a little more on that one, but okay. So we're going to go opposite. opposite way. So I was reading in the Missing Link book, and in the Missing Link book, they said you should start away from yourself. It's a little awkward for me. I don't know if that's just me, but it seems a little awkward, but I'm getting used to it. Like when you start the loop. Okay. I just logged off from work. I still have my gown on. I just got the book off of Amazon, so I can follow along with the Missing Link series. Spectacular. I hope you got the used one. The used one. Highly recommend. Okay, one more. Where did I lost my wire? Here it is. One more. I did too. Oh, yay. We're going to have a lot of people following along on Missing Link. That'll be spectacular. We're only on week 4, and we're actually just getting into some really cool stuff. And also, I think our friend Rosanna is going to maybe help with the video on the weekend I'm gone for the wedding, which is great. Okay, one more left to do. I just realized I hope Rosanna got my letter. Otherwise, she's going to be like, I'm doing what now? Rosanna, if you didn't get my letter, I sent you a letter in the snail mail asking if you would please help me. I just realized I think I might have just sent it out yesterday, though. Oh, my goodness. That's funny. I know, right? Whoops. Okay, this is getting a little wonky on me here. That's pretty good. Okay, last one. I haven't gotten the letter yet. Getting worse at getting dressed. Oh. Well, you don't have to get dressed today if you don't want to. It's fine. If you don't want to get dressed, that's fine. Who's gonna know? Nobody would know, but you told everybody, so now they know. But you shouldn't do that in the future. Sometimes I get dressed and then I have to tell people, oh no, I actually dressed myself this way on purpose. I know it looks like pajamas, but it's not. It's active wear. So I can actively sit comfortably in front of my computer and type things on the internet. That is the thing about working from home. All right. So, here we go. Now we have all of our links, and we'll put those together. So this is easy peasy. So what you do, you take your figure 8, and you're going to open it like a jump ring. And you're just going to put on your spiral right in the middle there. And close it up. And then move on to the next. Oh, I need this one. Just like that. Close that up. So you're basically just using these figure 8s like connectors or jump rings. To make your chain. Now, I have not made a necklace, but I think a matching necklace would be very pretty. I don't know if it gets tangled up in my hair, though. That might be a problem. Maybe not all the way around, because I would fear it getting tangled up in my hair. Made us telenetwork. Oh. I pretty much work from home all the time. Well, I mean, I do, except for on Wednesday when I go to the bead store. This is all I do. If you're not aware, this is what I do. I run my little website. I make jewelry. I do designs for companies, and that's what I do. It's quite spectacular. Highly recommend. The girls roam freely out on the range. Oh, okay. Okay, here's how we're going to attach our, so I got 3 on there. So I kind of went matte and then the clearer one and then matte. And then you just add your cage bead. You got to put the loop into one of the pointy ends into both sides. So you got to put through. So you got to go here and then make sure you're coming out evenly on the other side so that it hangs straight. I am trying that technique. Oh, good. I love to hear it. Then I want to make sure when I'm putting this cage bead, I go to the exact opposite side, do the same thing over here so it hangs straight-ish. I love this bracelet. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I was pretty proud of me for going outside of my comfort zone and being like, okay, what are we going to make? Because, you know, sometimes that can be difficult. Especially when you want to do it in front of 56 people. It's okay. Add the other cage bead, same process, easy peasy. How's the time situation? We doing good? Okay, we got about 15 minutes. Now these ones are for the ends, these extra 2 that we made. So this will give you, once you get your clasp on and everything, this should give you, it's going to range because it depends on how big you make your clasp, which we're going to make. Now, I wanted my clasp to be bigger because I feel like I like it like that. So if I make the bigger clasp, it ends up being about 7 1/4. So these 2 go on the end. One is for the end connection and one is for the clasp. So put that one over there and put this one over here. So if you wanted to, you could like do some decorations, you know, you could put some charms over here on the end because this is going to be the end what the clasp is going to hook into. So you could do like charms if you want, or, you know, whatever. Maybe you want to add some little chain of some kind. You do you, girl. It's Friday. I am pretty proud of you. Good. I can't read the rest of this message, but I'm glad about it. Okay, so now the fun part is done. Here's what we got. I actually like the gunmetal cage beads. I am kind of for that. They look kind of like a design choice element. They're really just on there because I already used my silver ones over here, but you know, things and stuff. So now we make the clasp. So here's what the clasp looks like. And so this is just something that I watched Rosanna's video. There was a clasp in the missing link book that I kind of looked at. It wasn't like this, But I wanted this spiral on here, so it took me a little time to kind of figure out how I was going to work that in, and it actually kind of worked out pretty good. So this is like a good one. Now, you can see here, this one is different because I was practicing. See how this one has the loop on the top of the clasp, and this one is on the bottom of the hook, and the loop are on the same side. And on this one, they're on opposite sides. Loop on the top, hook on the bottom. I don't particularly care for that because then, I mean, I guess it would be a choice, but see, then when you have a flat side, it lays on the skin, and it's not problematic, is my personal preference, because I have really sensitive skin. So like with this one, it would, you know, either way you put it on, there's going to be a pokey edge. So I decided against that. But yeah. So now here are some other ones that I made that were not very good, and this is why I made this longer one, is because the smaller, when I try to make smaller ones, this one didn't work out so good because I made my spiral too big on the other side. And this one was just too little. I had this part not long, and I will call this the shaft. The shaft was not long enough before I did the hook. So FYI on that, if you're new to this too, these are some problems I had. So let's see if we can make it on camera, huh? In 9 minutes. Okay, so first things first, we're still using the same 18 gauge wire. I'm gonna get about 10 inches of wire. That might be a little excessive, but again, I'd rather have more than not enough. So with this, what I did is I'm just doing the nylon thing to kind of work harden it a little bit. So when you fold this, we're gonna fold this in half to start the hook right here. It has to be uneven. So you want a longer side and a shorter side. So I'm going to go not in the middle, but over here. See how they are uneven? This is our spiral side. We need more wire for that. This is our loop side. We don't need that much wire for that. So then what I got to do is I got to come down here and I got to squish this together. Now I tried to do this with my nylon draw plier. It didn't work out very well because it kept slipping all around. So I just am using my regular one. I figured it's fine. Just kind of tightening that up so it looks like that. The last one was just right. Yeah, I'm always Goldilocks for sure. Okay, so then before we start doing any of the bending, you can do the bending first if you want to. We can do it first. You can do that first or you can do it last, whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to get a hold of this tip and I'm going to give it a little bend. And this is going to be our little hook part. We may have to do more at a later date. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to make the hook part. So this is the shaft of the hook, or the hook part. That's this part, the top. So it depends on how big you want your hook to be. Because if you make it like this, it's going to be quite big. So if you want to make it a little smaller, you could. And then you're just going to fold it over like this. So it looks like little Bo Peep's little staff. You know, little Bo Peep. Yeah, looks like that. Okay. So then we start working on this. The first thing we're going to work on is the short side. This is the little loop that is inside of here. Okay. So all we're going to do for that, now it looks like a spiral, but it's not. It's really like when you make your own head pin and you got to wind it up. It's like that. So I want my stuff to be, the hook and the loop to be on the same side. Okay. So I got to pay attention to which way I'm going to be going with this, because otherwise it'll end up backwards and that won't be good. Lots of nursery rhymes today. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to get a hold of this little short one. Actually, just going to move that one out of the way. I'm going to get with the tippy tip of this, and I'm going to roll it and make a simple loop. Now, instead of making a spiral, I'm going to let it come down like a wrapped loop, kind of. Like that. So it's stacked up. 1, 2. Now, you may have to do more to this once we get the spiral part going. Okay. So then we go to the spiral part. Now with the spiral part, I'm going to grab a hold of it and I'm going to do the spiral that way, like sideways. Attached split ring. Split ring. I don't mess with split rings. I don't know what that means. I do know right here. Come on, camera. You can do it. You can do it. Right here, you got to make sure that this loop is pretty small, because we're actually going to cut this out of the middle. So you want it to be kind of small so your spiral is kind of tight, right? And you kind of want your spiral to be pretty tight right here. So I'm just going to keep going down until I get to this loop. Once we get down there, we may have to do a little adjusting. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually look to see how far we got to move, because we're going to put this stacked loop inside this spiral. So I'm going to take my flush cutter and I'm going to cut out the middle loop ever so slightly. It might have been a little bit much. And then you can see we got to go a little more with our spiral because he doesn't fit in there. So then should be able to pop him right into there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab a hold of that loop that we made, and I'm going to bring it, I'm going to roll it a little more. So first of all, there's a pointy edge right there that I don't like. And second of all, I want it to kind of snug up against the spiral a little bit so that it's kind of tight, but not so tight that I'm pulling my loop apart up here. And then I may have to even spin a little more. So this is why I started out kind of big with my my hooks, because I was in this process of trying to make them shorter. I need to get a pair of those nylon pliers too. I just got one. I think they sell them on Jesse James. I would put money on it. So right here, you kind of just got to do whatever you feel. This is kind of like a feeling situation. You got to get adjusted. You don't want it to come out of there. But it doesn't really matter, because right now we're going to hook our bracelet. And when we do, we're going to hook onto this. So it's going to lock that wire in place. It's not going to be able to move. And we will do that with our figure 8. So we'll put our figure 8 in there. And now that's locked in, so this wire can't come popping up out of there. So we will close that. Open this other side. And attach our bracelet. I might have to get in here with this little one because that's kind of a small space. I always felt like nylon jaws were kind of bulky. It is kind of bulky. I'm not used to working with all that bulk on the bottom. I use this little tiny one. See how little it is? Okay, and then if we need to do a little more on this little hook, we can. And then I just go in and I just kind of hit it like this to kind of make sure, you know, so work hardened up a little bit. You don't want a Hercules or anything. You'll bend it all out of shape. And then you just go like this. And you can kind of push it down. I think I gotta do a little more here. And there you go. Donezo. Easy peasy. Do you see how big it is? 7 1/4. 7 1/4. Yeah, it looks pretty good. When you have it on your wrist, you know, it'll look like this, and it'll show the little spirals. And, you know, if it moves, sometimes it'll show the figure eights. I think that the little cage beads look super cute on there. I really actually enjoy them with the gunmetal. Okay, I'm gonna flip you guys over. I think I did it. What time is it? Oh, 1 minute? Did I miss it by 1 minute? By 1 second? Tripod saga. Yeah, I think it's quite cute actually. I like how this gets locked in. You made the whole thing, even components. Sure did. And then, so, but when I put mine on, I want to go like this. I'm still working on it. I'm going to make one of those, Erica told me to make one of those bracelet things. Bracelet fairy. So when I put it on then, the flat part can be on against my skin. And this can be out, so it doesn't have to be against my skin. Now, if you're not into that, you do whatever you want, Girls Friday. But I have really sensitive skin, so sometimes I gotta watch out what I'm doing. But I think it's cute. I think it's cute. And then you got your matching earrings. Wow, these ones are matching. So yeah, so this all came from the champagne doings, and it's super cute. I highly recommend. I might work on making my hooks a little bit smaller. I mean, this one is pretty big, but it's just part of the design. Bracelet is cool. Love. Oh, great. Thank you so much. So, yes, I have been going outside my comfort zone, and I have been trying to do some more wire working things. It's been going okay thus far in the Missing Link series. But yeah, I think I will work on some more of my building stuff this weekend. So yeah, like I said, all of these things can be found on the Jesse James Beads website. Champagne is the name of the color, and we still have lots of beads left. All these left. 2 bracelets in, all these left. All glass, all crystal. It was a good mix. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. I'm sending all the good beading vibes for you for the weekend. Be safe on the weekend. And if you want to see more of me, you can come to Thunderhorse Descendant Facebook tonight for Friday Night Lights. We will be doing stuff at 8 o'clock Central Time. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and don't forget to post photos of your bracelets in the Jesse James Secret Stash group. Bye, guys.